I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. Everyone's right on time. Just waiting on one more person, I believe. For those that just logged in, if you your video and your microphone are both automatically muted, you should just be seeing me, Shannon, and Peter throughout this webinar. And this is being recorded for you to reference later on in case you miss anything, or if you want to share it with your colleagues that couldn't make it. Peter, do I sound okay? Can you see me? Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you fine. Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Well, let's get started. Hi, everyone. So glad you can make it today. This is our first webinar leading up to Strategic HR 2020. I am Shannon Dobbins, and I, as many of you know, you've seen my emails. I am your liaison for this conference. My purpose is to make sure that you feel completely comfortable and prepared leading up to this event. I am joined by Peter, who many of you know as well, leading up to this event. All right, so just so you know a little bit of the structure of how this webinar is going to work, I am going to go over our two platforms that we'll be using for this event, Hopin and CrowdStack. Fun fact for you to know is, as of this morning, we have 536 registrants for this event, which is phenomenal. And of those currently registered, 75% of those registrants are from New England. Okay, I really wish that we were all in person and I could meet you all, but we are making lemons in a lemonade, the theme of 2020, and I'm really looking forward to this event, and it's shaping up to be a really, really great event. Okay, so I'm going to start sharing my screen. Let's see. Okay, so where I want to start? I want to start here. Okay. So the purpose of this webinar is to give you a high-level overview of these two platforms. And where we're going to start today is the Hopin platform. So this Hopin platform is going to be where the live conference is taking place. This is where your keynotes are going to be, your breakout sessions, and most importantly, where the expo hall is going to take place. So when you do get your login, you're going to be dropped right here in reception. In reception, we'll have, basic descriptions on what to expect. And also, if you're looking for a quick link to the community forum, you can find that right here. And as always, my email contact information is right here as well. If you have any questions throughout this event, leading up to it, during, after, I am here to help you out in any way that I can. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do on both of these platforms is to make sure that you set up your profile. Up over here in the corner, you can see my picture. And go to edit profile. And this is where you can upload your avatar or your profile picture. And if you have a Twitter handle you want to post that here, LinkedIn, your website, your headline, which is going to be how you're being introduced on this particular platform. Okay. So the keynotes and on the road panels are going to be taking place over here on the main stage. As you can see, it's not happening right now because the conference isn't live. Any breakout sessions, the lunch roundtables are going to take place here in sessions. The great thing, if you joined us in May, the difference between May and now is that all of the sessions will automatically appear and disappear due to the scheduling. So anything that's live and upcoming will appear here. And for those of you that are partaking in leading roundtable discussions, this is where those roundtables are going to take place. Don't worry if you have questions about how that's going to work. I will be having communications with you separately to make sure that you're on board and feel comfortable with leading those discussions. Next is this networking feature, which I think is really fun. It might be a little intimidating, but it's also really good for you to, well, for anybody to, get outside your comfort zone and meet somebody new. So with how this works is, as you can see, it says, "Are you ready?" Your answer is yes. Yes, I'm ready. And it's going to work as a random matchmaker. Random networking tool. So anybody else who says, yes, I'm ready, will be put into this pool and it will randomly match you up with another person who is also in the screen looking to speak with somebody else. It is limited to 3 minutes. So if you get talking to somebody and it might be a little awkward, don't worry. After 3 minutes, it will get cut off. But also, if you're having a really great discussion, once you're in here, you'll have the opportunity to request to connect to that person. But the bread and butter of this whole thing, and the reason why you're here as our wonderful sponsors, is the exhibit hall. So here is the virtual exhibit hall listing. Here's where all of you are displayed. And what I am going to show you is the inside of what your booth will look like. So I'm showing you my booth, the sponsor help desk. This is where I'll be throughout the conference and leading up to the conference to help you throughout the event. So as an attendee, when someone enters your booth, they will be greeted by either your Google slide presentation or your video that you've provided us and uploaded here. And then you'll either get dropped, when an attendee joins, they'll either see the chat right away or they'll see your about section. It really depends on their previous clicks and what they've done in other booths. Kind of picks up where you left off. But right here is where you'll see your about section. And if you have decided to have an optional offer, that will appear here. Just as a reminder, Strategic HR has communicated out to all of our attendees that for every drop of a business card in your booths, we'll be donating money to charity. And so here is where your optional offer will stand, whether it's for a drawing, whether you're also matching the donation to charity as well. So just so you see what it'll look like from the attendees' point of view, I'm going to drop a business card. Success. So the email that we have on file for your booth will get a notification that Shannon Dobbins visited your booth and here's their information. If we go over to chat, this is where the booth chat is going to take place. Now you'll notice that it says booth, and then you could also toggle over to the event chat. So it's kind of a good thing for you to keep in mind as well. Just be mindful of what chat you're in. So booth chat, this is going to be everything that's inside your booth. As you can see, I posted here. I'm happy to chat here or go on a live session discussion to discuss any of your questions. So I'm about to get into that neat feature of your booth. You'll also notice polls. So this is actually a feature that you'll see that is not, it's not just your booth. This is something that's seen throughout the event. It might seem a little confusing, but it's not really part of your booth. The polls will show once we conference staff post something, you'll be able to see it throughout. So even if you're on this main stage, you can access the polls. And then people over here, this is where you can see, oops, I got kicked out of the booth. Go back in there. Go back into the booth. Chat. Okay, so if you go over to people, make sure again it says booth, and then you can see everybody that's currently inside your booth. So between 12 and 1:30, those are the hours that we have dedicated strictly to the exhibit hall. So that's where we're really, really pushing people to explore the exhibit hall and to say hi to all of you. So if you're manning the booth between those hours and you're like, is anybody in here? Well, this is where you can check that. And so when you see someone in here, you can do a little typing. Hello. Hello. Talk to me. I want to talk to you. Okay, so next I want to talk to you about this new feature, if you're here in May, to live stream into your booth. So you'll notice right up here, it says toggle to turn on live stream. So what this is going to do is you are going to live stream into your booth. So anybody that is in your booth will be able to see this. So it's not going to work right now because I am on video with Zoom at the moment. But if I were to share audio and video, it would then start broadcasting. And so if there's an attendee that's watching and wants to come on the screen and talk with you, they can do so and request to come on screen with you, and you just have to accept it or not, whether or not you want to, depending on what you're presenting. Okay. Peter, am I making sense? Does that sound good?
Perfect. Like it. Sure.
Okay, and if I want to go back to that original slide presentation or video, just toggle right back there. So I think at this point, I want to see if there's any questions up to this point. Let's see. Just check getting back into the chat right now. Okay, I have a few private messages here. So Peter, you might not be able to see these. Okay. Okay. Is the drop a business card feature the only need of the email contact for the organization? It's the only, so I'm sure many of you have already been into editing your booth. And so the email section part of that is programmed directly to that drop a business card. If you want to present your email kind of more of in a front-facing way, I invite you can put it right into your about section. Let's see. Will we have other booth features when we go live? Larry, I'm not sure what you mean by that question. Okay, this is a great question. Thanks, Vicki. Would the live chat be seen by everyone or just the person you're talking with? So within Hopin, there is an option for you just to have a private chat between an individual in your booth or throughout the Hopin platform. So let me give you just a quick peek of that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so an example to private message someone is you can click on somebody's name and you can have this private messaging right here. Yesterday I was experimenting with that and I was talking to Katie. You can also invite them to talk to you on a video call right here. In your booth, this is going out to everybody who comes into your booth and can see this. And then if you're chatting within the event, this will go to everybody anywhere can see it, including when you're at reception, you'll see the event chat, main stage, sessions. So I hope that helps answer your question. What is the tag section used for? That's a great question. So actually we have decided not to utilize the tag section. We just didn't feel like it was really necessary for this particular event. Maybe we'll look at it down the road. So if you see a tag section, just disregard it for this event. Okay, Larry has a follow-up. Sorry, I tried to unmute, but can't. Sorry, Larry, I have everyone muted. So my question is, if we go into a live session, will we still be able to chat and perform other features in our booth? I mean, you can certainly toggle between the two, but if you are in a live session, oh, I see where you're asking. So if you are live streaming from your booth, will you be able to kind of do both? I mean, I think it would be difficult to do both, but I believe that you can. Okay.
There was a question also regarding if I'm an administrator only, not registered for the event, will I have the ability to log in to view the booth once the conference goes live?
You will have to be registered in order to access any of the content throughout Hopin. Hope that answers the question.
That was from Sarah Kander.
Okay. Okay, well, I am going to move on now from Hopin over to our community platform. If I didn't quite answer your question or if I didn't see it, feel free to email me. I'm happy to follow up or have a video chat with you to kind of go over the nitty-gritty details that you may have. Okay, so next, let's go to CrowdStack. All righty. Okay, so CrowdStack, as you see here, this is really going hand in hand with our Hopin platform, which is our conference. This is our virtual community forum, networking platform. We're really encouraging everybody to engage in conversation, start discussions, comment on different posts on the content. We're going to be uploading the keynote sessions and slides and all those materials up until this platform for you to reference. So when you log in, you are going to land on this homepage. And what this homepage is essentially works like a Facebook, like a Twitter feed. So what you see here is going to be all the most recent posts, interactions. We have polls going on. So it's just going to be an ever-changing feed of the most recent activity throughout the platform. If you go into trending, it's going to highlight what's most popular at the moment. So Colby, our attendee liaison, she posted a survey here, says, are you a morning person or a night owl? And so this is going to show you, where all the most activity is going on throughout this platform. And then if you will have the option to follow certain feeds. And when you do that, those items will appear right here. I haven't followed anything yet, so I have a sad face. Okay, so also on this homepage, you will see over on the right-hand side any alerts. I have one new alert. We'll check that out in just a minute. We have a summary of upcoming events and quick links to those upcoming events. These are all the open surveys that are out here. It looks like there's a new survey. Share a secret. Okay. And then the one I already participated in, are you a morning person or a night owl? And then you can see everybody that's online right here. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to bring you into is content and resources. So this is going to be, I believe it's kind of going to be your go-to to access most of the information that we have available from the live event. So we're going to upload, like I said before, all of our keynote information, the slides, recordings. You can find them here in either the keynote speech library, the mega session library, or on the road series library. Fun and activities in here is going to have our virtual bookstore and also some health activities that we have. And then we have a dedicated place for you, our sponsors, and all of your companies will have a dedicated place where attendees can access even more information about you and your company that you provided for us. So if you are, let's do SHRM, Here's a summary, the contact information, but you can also add to this. You can add questions, you can engage with attendees this way. When you do post here, remember the homepage where the most recent activity gets posted. It will, the more you interact, the more it gets fed out into the community. So we're really encouraging you to get engaged, stay engaged. You know, we want you to get engaged in the keynote discussions, all the discussions that attendees are in on. We want you to contribute to that content because we know you do have a wealth of information, and we all want to hear it. So next, we're going to go to schedule. Schedule is going to be the whole schedule of events that we have coming up. And if you click on it, it'll give a summary. Next, we'll go over to attendees. So if you're looking for someone in particular, you can come here and you can sort by name. You can also come up here and search by name. And these are my lovely colleagues here. One thing that points out is it's really great to put a face with a name. Hey, Peter, why don't you have a picture here yet? Gotta work on that. We need to see your lovely face. So I'm encouraging everybody to upload a picture. To do that, you're gonna go into your profile. Oops, I did the wrong thing. Your settings. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. Whew. I was right the first time. Your profile, these little dots, and click edit your profile. And then if you scroll down, you can edit and replace your avatar. Another good thing to know is you can program a signature that will automatically post for or tag on to your post when you're interacting on this platform. Okay. And then under chats, we have a water cooler chat that is available. You know, chat about the weather. This chat is only going to be available before the event and after the event. When the event is going on, this is going to be disabled so you can really engage in the content of the conference. Okay, let's check out polls and surveys. So we encourage you, if you want to post a survey of your own, feel free. You can do that right here and click post, and you can create your own polls and surveys. So this is a little fun place for that to happen. Share a secret. Oh, I might have to do that a little later. I'm not going to share my secrets because apparently it's supposed to be private. This form is anonymous, we promise. Okay, share a secret. I'll have to think about that one. Let's see. Just gonna check my notes here, see if I missed anything. I think that about does it. I will open it up to questions to see if I missed any.
Shannon, we have a request. If we can we unmute? Is that possible, or is that something you can't do?
Let's see.
Because that was a request for a couple of people would like to, I think.
Yeah, sure. Let me get back. Oopsies. Okay, I just made it so if you have a question, you can go ahead and ask it. You should be able to unmute yourselves now.
Hey, Shannon. Is there, here, I'll turn my video on too, because I think it's rude not to. If we are just setting our team up to participate in this, and we're not participating ourselves in the actual conference, is there a way that we can still go into the conference to like kind of basically be like tech support? I know that you're going to be there, but my people like will email me all day long asking me how to troubleshoot something. They will not go through the proper channels to like get the answer. And so I tend to just dive in and try to figure it out for them.
Okay.
And I can't do that if I'm not in it. So I don't know if there's a way to like be part of the conference, but not attend anything,
Okay. Let me work with you offline about that, and we can figure out a solution.
I think the short answer is yes, but I think I just think we need to talk about the process a little bit, Jolie.
Okay.
Thank you for your question. Sorry, that wasn't very a detailed response, but we'll figure it out for you.
Hey, Shannon, this is Sarah Gander. I have the exact same thing on my end where I'm an administrator, so I'm just trying to get everyone set up.
Yeah.
And then also I had a question about the ability to review our sponsor pages ahead of the event, if those are gonna be routed by us.
I believe the sponsor pages for the community forum.
Correct.
Yeah, I believe that's what we have is what was provided to us. But if there's any changes that need to be made, you can just send me an email and I can route it to the appropriate source that can do those updates.
I'm just wondering if we'll be provided with like a link to see what it looks like or to just confirm the information. Obviously I submitted everything. I just haven't actually seen the link.
Okay, I'm happy to provide you a screenshot. Actually, this community forum is going live pretty soon. So if you send me an email, I'm happy to send you a screenshot of how it currently looks. And actually, I think you can go in, actually, I think you might be able to edit the information. I'll have to double check, but at minimum, I can provide you a screenshot and you can relay any information that might have to get adjusted.
Hi, Shannon. This is Matt Sherrill.
Hi, Matt.
Hi. My question was, in an effort to sort of replicate the in-person booth experience, my understanding, and I may have just been off on this, is that we're going to be in our booths available, and when people stop in, we can see them come in and have that interaction right away. But it sounds like they need to actively turn that on to move away from our video or slide deck. Can you tell me how that works, please?
I believe it works. I think you'll be greeted by, if you are on screen transmitting out into your booth, it will default to that video. The toggle is what you will see to toggle in between the two. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So it will replace the video or the Google slide. I believe that's how it's going to work.
Okay.
So when someone comes in, if we're live and someone comes in, they're going to see us live. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I believe that's how it should work.
Is there a way that we can confirm that?
Yeah, I'll reach out to Hopin. This is my first time with the platform as well. That's my understanding, but I will certainly reach out to Hopin to see how that will work for sure.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
And just FYI, we should probably have that answer by Friday. So we'll send that out to everybody, how that would work. Or we may be able to explain it during a webinar on Friday as well.
So Shannon, this is Larry Harding, and
Hello.
I, just a couple of questions. Let's see, one, you showed us how to update our profiles, I think in 2 places. And so my first question is, if you update that in the Hopin, is it also in the community, updated in the community forum, or do we have to update in both?
Yes, so great question. You will have to do it in both places.
Okay, all right. And then sort of along the same lines, and if, is there like a checklist or a list of things like that that we should be doing, like in terms of making sure that we're ready? Is there sort of a checklist, I guess?
No, there's not a formal checklist. The purpose of these webinars, and there's a few videos that are going to be sent out as well. I have a community forum pre-recorded video that will be sent out shortly. The purpose is just for you to help you orient yourself and figure out, make a plan that works really best for you. I'm giving a best, best practices really for how to set up your virtual presence. In my experience, having, being able to make it as human as possible helps with interaction. So having your picture next to your name is really helpful. Engaging in video conferences as much as possible makes it more personal and increases engagement.
Okay. And then my last question is, I'm just wondering when will this go live, and we'll be able to start going in here and updating some of this? What's the timing of that?
Yeah, so Hopin next week, early next week, you will get invites to be able to log in to Hopin. Not fully into Hopin, that won't be live until the actual day of the event, but you'll be able to create your profile. But the community forum will be sent out very shortly. Very, very shortly. We're working on sending out that communication soon. Soon as in maybe as early as today, as late as Friday.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Shannon, this is Donnie Bross with Northeast Delta Dental.
Hi there.
Thanks for taking the time to do this with us
Yeah.
today. I will say having the 2 platforms is, I just want to understand the purpose of the 2 platforms. And I, unfortunately, like some of the other companies I'm hearing today, do not have an administrator or a tech support person. I'm the attendee of the booth, and I'm the one setting it all up and all of that. So as the attendee of my booth, I'll mostly be in the Hopin platform. Is that a true statement?
Yeah, so the live event, so basically if this event were to be taking place at Mount Washington, Mount Washington Hotel is essentially Hopin. And the networking pieces around it are kind of filled in by the community platform to engage in conversation. So that's really kind of how it's structured that way, because my understanding is there's not a lot of structured places in Hopin to engage with the content in a structured manner, and the community forum kind of gives us that communication structure. And Hopin is, the platform where we're receiving all this live content.
Okay, and we should be at our booths each day between 12 and 1:30. Are those the only dedicated times?
That is the dedicated. That's what the communication is out to the attendees. That is the the live expo hours. but we do invite you to be reaching out to the attendees to, if you want to schedule events in your booth, you certainly can do that as well.
Let me help with that a little
Yeah.
bit too. I would encourage everybody to participate from the beginning of the day to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. At some level, you can participate in the chats. You can be attending all of the conference pieces. You can be engaging with them. You can email somebody and invite them over to your booth and have a chat anytime during the day. So, or a live conference. Specifically, we've dedicated a time period where there's nothing programmed other than the expo. So, and it's similar to the live event where, you know, if you're an exhibitor and everybody is down in the room watching a keynoter, there's very little traffic happening to your booth. But there is some traffic because people decide that they don't want to attend that piece and they want to come over and they want to take the time to chat with you, knowing that it's going to be less busy. So no, it's a full day expo availability, and it's an active engagement for you folks to be reaching out to people, and also, as if you're in there watching, you can be chatting along with everybody else. So I think being engaged throughout the course of the day.
I get it. Now, should that be through the CrowdStack platform, the chatting back and forth throughout the day, or should that be through the Hopin?
It can be a
platform?
mixture of the two, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on the discussions that you get into on the community forum, and also the discussions that you get into the Hopin forum.
Okay.
Platform,
Just an observation. I did attend the Tri-State conference, HR conference. Peter, I'm not sure if you were there. I know Bud was in and out. I saw some chats from him. People were sharing that by day 3, they finally got the the full picture, if you will, of how to the ins and outs of, and that was a single platform. Are you educating attendees on this as well? Because like I said, it felt like the first 2 days were really kind of a wash. Like I said, by the 3rd day, which was only a half day, people were like, oh, I'm finally getting this, and the conference is almost over. So
yeah, absolutely. So we have a dedicated attendee liaison that is doing her part on educating and getting attendees up to speed as well. I have a tutorial video that is aimed both for sponsors and attendees that will be released soon, so people, both attendees and sponsors, can refer to that as a walkthrough of a community platform.
Can I add something?
Of course.
Shannon?
Yeah.
Becky
Hi,
Thompson.
Becky.
Hi. So I wanted to just point out too that CrowdStack, our community forum, is also where things will live after the event. In other words, the recordings will be available. If you didn't get to see any portions of the live event on Hopin, you then later, after the conference, the recordings will be uploaded in there. So you would actually get to go and watch things that you missed. So that CrowdStack is available both before, during, and after the conference. So that's the advantage to that.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Becky. Vicky says in the chat, just to explain the 2 platforms again. So which platform will have the live sessions on it? That's going to be Hopin. Think of Hopin as Mount Washington. This is where you're going to attend the conference. Hopin is Mount Washington. It is where we are going to, walk into the sessions, walk into the keynotes. That is where we're going to view it, as if we were at Mount Washington. I hope that helps.
I want to come back a little bit also to chat a little bit about encouraging, because you folks all will have the attendee list at your beck and call, and encouraging them to come to your booth as much as possible prior to the event happening, and letting them know that you'll be there would be one more way to engage people, and maybe give them a reason, to drop by your booth. So make sure that you use that attendee list to your, wisest discretion.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to take one last question. Is it a must to register ahead to attend the sessions, keynotes, and speakers? Yes, absolutely. You have to be registered for this event in order to attend any of the live sessions, along with you have to be a registered attendee to be able to access the community forum. Okay. Well, this is being recorded. This also, I'll be posting this, sending this link out. So for any of your colleagues that might have missed this webinar, they'll be able to rewatch this. So thank you so much for your time and your questions. And I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Friday, we're going to do another webinar. It's going to be more dedicated to tips and tricks and suggestions that we have for you to really be best prepared for this upcoming event. So thank you so much, and I will see you soon. See ya.